What if I told you that in the next 25 minutes, I'm going to show you the exact authority building system that transforms unknown businesses into market leaders who convert prospects at 3 to 5x industry averages? Not the typical build your brand advice you hear everywhere, not recycled guru content that sounds good but fails in practice. I'm going to share the 4 core pillars of authority-based conversion optimization that, unless you know me personally, you will not have heard before. These are real strategies from someone who's built multiple 7-figure companies by becoming the undisputed authority in each market first, then converting that authority into premium sales. These 4 foundational competencies create what I call the authority conversion matrix. It's a system so powerful that it turns cold prospects into eager buyers, while your competitors wonder why their marketing stopped working. By the end of this video, you'll have actionable strategies you can implement immediately to build unshakable market authority that converts. And you'll understand exactly how my mentoring can compress decades of expensive trial and error into breakthrough results in the next 90 days. Stay with me. Before we dive into the 4 core competencies, let me explain why authority is the ultimate conversion tool. Most businesses try to convert prospects who don't know, like, or trust them. That's marketing on hard mode. When you become the recognized authority in your space, prospects come to you pre-sold. They've already decided you're the expert. Now they just need to decide if they can afford not to work with you. I've personally used this Authority Foundation framework to build and sell multiple companies, and I've watched clients transform from invisible players to market dominators using these exact strategies. The framework has 4 pillars: strategic traffic authority, becoming the sources that others cite; offer authority, creating offers that feel inevitable; competitive authority, making comparison impossible; and customer authority, turning clients into advocates. Each pillar builds on each other. Each creates compound authority that makes conversion optimization automatic. So let me show you exactly how this works. And it's all based on core competencies. Here's core competency number 1. And it's what I call 10 smart link strategies to drive real traffic, not empty SEO metrics. The first pillar is strategic traffic authority. Most businesses chase traffic. Authority-based businesses attract the right traffic that converts at premium rates. I've developed what I call 10 smart link strategies to drive real traffic after building multiple businesses that generated millions in online revenue. My proven experience: there's the authority sandwich technique. I've used this to help clients maximize click-through rates by 340% whilst building unshakable credibility. There's reverse psychology link strategies that make prospects desperate to engage, and I learned this from 15 years of direct response marketing. There's the breadcrumb trail method, turns single visitors into obsessed followers who consume everything you create. And there's strategic timing frameworks that double conversion rates. Most people get this wrong and waste 60% of their traffic. Now, the curiosity gap system that makes content irresistible without sounding like amateur clickbait. Here's one you can implement today: the authority sandwich technique. Instead of dropping links randomly in your content, sandwich them between 2 credibility markers. Start with a specific result or statistic. Place your link and then immediately follow with social proof or an expert quote. For example, after analyzing 47 successful campaigns, link to your case study, Harvard Business Review confirms this approach outperforms traditional methods by 340%. Now, this positioning makes clicking feel like accessing insider intelligence rather than following a sales link. But here's the key difference with authority-based traffic. You're not just driving visitors. You're driving qualified prospects who already view you as the expert. When someone clicks through because you've been featured as the authority source, they arrive predisposed to convert. Real world example, I helped a manufacturing client implement just the strategic guest posting strategy. Instead of writing generic articles, we positioned him as the industry expert who other publications quote. Within 30 days, he was featured in 3 major industry publications as the authority on efficiency optimization. His qualified leads jumped 89%, but more importantly, his close rate increased from 23% to 67% because prospects arrived already convinced he was the expert. In my premium mentoring program, you get the complete 10 smart link strategies, including strategy 1, strategic guest posting, the complete system for landing high quality placements that position you as the expert. Strategy 2, resource page outreach, templates and scripts that get you featured as the go-to authority. Strategy 3, podcast interview circuit, a framework for systematic podcast booking that builds authority. Strategy 4, the skyscraper case study approach, method for creating link magnet content and established expertise. Strategy 5, the strategic HARO responses system for getting mentioned in major publications as the industry expert. Strategy 6, community problem solving, approach for becoming the go-to expert in the industry. Strategy 7, data visualization partnerships, creating shareable assets that generate backlinks and authority. Strategy 8, expert roundups with distribution, building authority through association with other experts. The key insight: each strategy doesn't just drive traffic, it builds your reputation as a definitive authority, which dramatically increases conversion rates from all your traffic sources. Core competency number 2, the art of crafting compelling offers. The second pillar is offer authority. When you're the recognized expert, your offers carry weight that competitors' offers simply can't match. This is what I call the art of crafting compelling offers, enhanced by authority positioning. My strategic frameworks, revenue optimization formulas that transform commodities into premium solutions worth 3 to 5x competitor pricing. Then there's the 3 fatal flaws that kill 87% of business offers before they launch. I've made all these mistakes, so you don't have to. Then stack and attack methodology, where you layer value without confusing prospects, perfected through millions of direct sales. Risk reversion psychology that makes saying no feel stupid to your ideal customers. And then positioning strategies that allow you to charge premium rates in commoditized markets. Here's an immediate action you can take that leverages authority. Implement the expert inevitability positioning strategy. Instead of leading with what you do, lead with your unique expertise and the inevitable outcome of that expertise. For example, instead of we provide marketing services, after optimizing conversion rates for over 200 companies, I've identified the 3 critical factors that determine whether a business scales to 8 figures or stays stuck at 6. Here's how I apply that knowledge to guarantee your growth. This positioning makes your offer feel inevitable rather than optional. The authority advantage in offers. When prospects already view you as the expert, your offers feel like recommendations from a trusted advisor rather than a sales pitch from yet another vendor. This single shift can justify 3 to 5x higher pricing. A real-world example. I worked with a consulting firm that was stuck at $500K annually, competing on price with dozens of other consultants. In using the 12-step strategic offer messaging framework, we repositioned them as the expert firm in this specific niche. This new offer wasn't consulting services, it was the Morrison method, the only proven system for 7-figure SaaS companies to scale customer success without hiring additional staff. same expertise, same market, but now positioned as a definitive solution from the recognized authority. Their close rate went from 23% to 71% in 6 weeks, and average deal size tripled because clients weren't comparing to other consultants. They were deciding whether to implement the proven method or continue to struggle. In my premium program, you get the complete 12-step strategic offer messaging framework, which is a step-by-step system for creating authority-based offers that sell themselves, with detailed worksheets and implementation guides for each step that show you how to position your expertise as the inevitable solution. The framework doesn't just help you create better offers, it shows you how to position those offers as the logical next step for anyone who recognizes your authority. And so on to core competency number 3, 7 trusted frameworks for creating irresistible offers that enable CEOs to outshine their competitors. This third pillar is competitive authority. It's about making a comparison not just difficult, but irrelevant. I developed the 7 trusted frameworks that enable my clients to outshine anyone in their space by establishing such clear authority that competitors become invisible. These are battle-tested approaches. The domination framework positions offers so competitors become irrelevant overnight. Value stacking system, it's one that makes premium pricing feel like a bargain. I use this to justify a 400% price increase. There's the inevitability method that makes choosing you the only logical decision. And then there's competitive isolation strategies that make price comparison impossible. And there's even future state positioning that sells transformation, not features. So here's the authority isolation strategy that you can use immediately. Instead of creating traditional competitive comparison charts, create an authority validation matrix. List your specific credentials, results, and recognition that qualify someone to solve your prospect's problems. For example, to solve whatever it is you solve, you need someone who has 1, successfully implemented solutions for 50+ companies, 2, been featured in industry publications, give a list, as the recognized expert, 3, developed proprietary methodologies that are now industry standard, and 4, generated over 50 million in measurable results. Then you show how you're the only one who meets these criteria. Prospects aren't comparing features anymore, they're validating expertise, and you map it to suit what your expertise is. The authority difference, when you've established true market authority, competitive comparison becomes about credentials rather than capabilities. And if you've done the authority building work correctly, that's a comparison you win by default. Case study, a software company in the HR space was stuck competing with 47 other similar solutions. Every sales conversion became a features battle they rarely won. Using the domination framework, we repositioned them not as another HR software company, but as the creators of the employee retention methodology that Fortune 500 companies used to reduce turnover by 60%, which they actually had developed and proven. But suddenly they weren't competing with all the other companies. They were the ones everyone else was trying to copy. Their average deal size increased from 12K to 38K in 90 days because clients weren't buying software, they were licensing a proven methodology from the creators. My premium program includes offer framework diagnostic tools where you systematically evaluate and optimize your current offers for maximum authority positioning. There's a competitor analysis workshop template where you undertake deep dive analysis as a system for competitive positioning that establishes your unique authority. There's a customer journey offer alignment kit. So this is to match your offers to customer buying stages while maintaining authority positioning. Then there's the Offer Optimizer, a 30-day implementation plan which has a step-by-step execution roadmap for authority-based offer optimization. Each tool is designed not to just to improve your offers, but to position them as the obvious choice for anyone who understands the problems you solve. Core competency number 4, the 72-hour formula where you turn customer doubt into lifetime loyalty. The 4th pillar is customer authority, turning every client into proof of your expertise and a source of future referrals. Now, this is what I call the 72-hour formula, where you turn customer doubt into lifetime loyalty. And it's a secret to exponential growth through authority compounding. This is why I said it twice. My retention systems, the critical 72-hour window where customer perception is formed. Miss this, you'll lose them forever. I learned this the hard way. There's doubt elimination sequences that turn skeptical buyers into raving advocates. There's the loyalty ladder system that creates customers who refuse to work with anyone else. Zero overhead retention strategies. No new tools, no additional staff required. Revenue multiplication systems that generate 300% more from existing customers. Here's your immediate action plan for the authority building 72-hour formula. Within 72 hours of any purchase, send 3 specific communications designed to reinforce your expertise. Hour number 1. Welcome to your method, your name of implementation. Position their purchase as joining an exclusive group using your proprietary system. A day later, 24 hours later, your first expert insight, where you share a piece of insider knowledge that only someone with your experience would know. Hour 72, personal expert assessment, providing a customer analysis that demonstrates your expertise while ensuring their success. This sequence doesn't just prevent buyer's remorse, it reinforces your authority and creates advocates who tell others about the expert they're working with. The authority multiplier effect. When your 72-hour sequence reinforces your expert status, customers don't just stay loyal, they become active promoters of your authority. They introduce you as the expert who, rather than the company that. This turns every client into a credibility building asset. Real world example, an agency owner was struggling with 34% annual churn and constantly having to justify his rates. Using the 72-hour formula enhanced for authority building, we created a sequence that positioned each client as gaining access to proprietary methodologies and expert insights. The sequence reinforced that they weren't just buying services, they were working with a recognized expert who had developed the systems other agencies tried to copy. And churn dropped to 8% in 6 months. But more importantly, referrals increased 340% because clients were excited to introduce others to the expert who developed their methodology. Their revenue per client increased 240% because clients stayed longer, bought more, and became active promoters. My premium program includes the 72-hour customer journey map, where you complete, it's a complete blueprint for the critical first 3 days that reinforces your authority. The buyer psychology diagnostic tool. Identify and address customer doubt patterns while building expertise perception. The quick win generator framework. Create immediate value that showcases your expertise. The refund prevention scripts. Communication templates that eliminate buyer's remorse by reinforcing expert status. The implementation timeline calculator. Optimize your customer onboarding sequence for maximum authority reinforcement. The key insight. The 72-hour formula isn't just about retention. It's about turning every customer interaction into authority validation that compounds over time. Now, I've just walked you through the 4 core pillars of the Authority Foundation framework. These are strategies that took me over 20 years and millions in investments to develop and refine. But here's what makes this system so powerful. Each pillar, as you probably can tell, reinforces the others. Strategic traffic authority brings pre-qualified prospects who already view you as credible. Offer authority converts those prospects at premium rates because your expertise makes your solutions feel inevitable. Competitive authority eliminates price comparison because you're no longer a vendor. You're a recognized expert. Customer authority turns every client into proof of your expertise and a source of referrals. The compound effect is extraordinary. Clients using all 4 pillars typically see traffic quality improvements of 200 to 400%, fewer visitors, but higher qualified. Conversion rates increase from 150 to 300%. Your authority pre-sells your expertise. Average deal size increases by 200 to 500%. Expert pricing versus vendor pricing. Customer lifetime value increases of 300 to 600%. Authority creates loyalty. And referral rates increase 400 to 800%. Clients become active promoters. But what separates this from everything else you've tried? Implementation speed. These are strategies that are designed for immediate deployment by someone with real business experience guiding you. Here's how my mentoring works. We meet weekly for a focused authority foundation implementation session. Not generic business coaching, not feel-good cheerleading, but strategic authority building warfare planning for your specific marketing using your capability and credibility and proven frameworks I've tested in real business environments again and again. In each weekly call, we'll systematically build your authority foundation. So in the first 4 weeks, totally focused on strategic traffic authority, positioning you as the go-to expert. Then we move into the offer authority where we create irresistible expert level offers. And then we move into competitive authority where we make comparison irrelevant. A few weeks after that, customer authority, where we focus on turning clients into advocates. The average client sees measurable authority improvements within the first 30 days, but by 90 days, most have fundamentally transformed from unknown players to recognized experts. This isn't about incremental improvement. It's about authority-based market domination and not making mistakes. I only take on 12 clients at a time because each client gets my personal attention. There are no junior assistants or account managers. You get me personally. Building your authority foundation using strategies that took me over 20 years to perfect. If you're tired of competing on price and ready to compete on expertise, if you're frustrated watching inferior competitors succeed where you struggle, if you're ready to become the recognized authority that prospects seek out, we should talk. Schedule a strategy call. In just 30 minutes, I'll diagnose your biggest authority gaps and show you exactly how to fill them. No sales pitch, no generic advice, a real strategy session that starts building your authority immediately. Your future self will thank you, your bank account will thank you, and your competitors, they'll wonder what the hell happened when prospects stop calling them because they're too busy trying to work with you. Click the link below or follow the on-screen link to schedule your authority assessment call. The transformation from unknown to industry authority is just one decision away.